Yeah, I've been reading a lot online about how people are starting to see like a little bit of Call of Duty in this iteration of the Halo series. Do you kind of feel that way? Because they said like maybe the points values would help you along with playing with the game, if that makes any sense. I don't know if that makes really any sense. Like, well, I read something online like it said like it felt like COD a little bit.
You're stupid as a multiplayer shooter to not at least take some parts of Call of Duty and incorporate them into your. I mean, you're dumb not to. You have to do that to keep the times. If you're not doing what they do, everyone plays it. You have to have aspects of that in your game, or it's not going to work.
I would assume that you want to keep it more in the tune of what Halo is, but add to it as far as, since this is a new studio working on the game with the multiplayer, with a single player with Spartan Ops, you want to put your little twist on Halo, but not enough to ape off another game. Like with Warfighter, you can feel Call of Duty mixed with Battlefield. It's not like its own game. Versus this, I would expect more of it to be, this is Halo.
Yeah, actually, I got a separate question. Bomber, Pete, because y'all are Halo veterans. This whole thing when you press the left bumper for, I don't know if you guys, you guys probably saw the sentry turret. Has that always been part of Halo, or is that just something new? That's new.
Isn't that new, Pete?
Yeah, that's new. It doesn't really do. It's not even that great, but I think it's for the online portion.
A little Borderlands right there. Well, Borderlands taking that, putting Halo.
Right. It's not as good as my turn in Borderlands, though.
Absolutely not. And I thought you could upgrade it, and Twig's wife just killed all those dreams.
No, I remember the worst turret thing I saw was in Killzone. Killzone 2, I think it was. It was just so like everybody would use a turret, and you couldn't move anywhere without running into one, and it just killed the game.
I never realized that. It sounds like
I was watching CNN real quick.
Right now?
Probably Twig. He's old.
No CNN over here.
Nope. I would assume it may be Pete, maybe Swirly.
Son of a bitch.
I don't CNN.
I'm playing the campaign right now while I'm talking to you guys. I just fucking died.
It's alright. Bomber.
That's how good Pete is. He does a podcast and plays solo legendary Halo 4 at the same time.
He's got to keep his skills up. But, Bomber, tell me a little bit about your experiences with multiplayer. Like, how you digging the game?
No, here's the deal, Jay. I've only done the campaign. I'm waiting for you guys to get on and play the multiplayer. I've played the co-op campaign on one TV, and then I started playing through the campaign again on, I don't remember whatever the mode above normal is. I don't know which one that one is. But I started playing on that just for a little bit, just to see what it looks like full screen. So that's all I've done with the game. Just done co-op on one TV, played through the game, and then started again by myself. So I haven't actually got on and done the multiplayer yet, but I'm really excited to, because that's, like I said, that's the reason I bought the game.
Yeah, online, I don't know what you read about the Call of Duties, but they have a playlist it's called Dominion. It might as well be called Domination, because it's kind of similar. You kind of have to capture the bases, and then after you capture the bases, like these turrets come up, and then they shoot down. So weapons start spawning. After a certain amount of time, if you're the team that controls that base. So you have A, B, and C.
Well, you were saying a couple of minutes ago that when you get certain kill or a certain amount of kills, you get to call in like certain things, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. That's like it's called Infinity Slayer. I don't know if that's what they're calling it now, but basically you hit a certain number of kills or points, because you get like 5 points for assists, and you get all these plus 10 for vehicle kills. There's all these points you get, and once you hit a certain number, then you'll see it pop up. It'll say ordnance ready, and then you basically just pick what you want from your loadout. You can kind of set up beforehand in your loadouts what you want to come down, but you can't control. Like, you can have speed boost, damage boost, stuff like that. So it's a nice little twist.
See, that's the part that sounds the most like Call of Duty to me. Yeah. Is like getting kill streaks or earning stuff that basically can really change the tide of the game, whether it's for the better or worse. But that's the part when I think about Call of Duty is when you unlock, a chopper gunner or, stuff like that as you're playing through.
They were the first ones to really do that well.
Right. Yeah, but
This one, you're still, everybody's spawning with the same stuff. The main goal is still just to get kills. But once you hit a certain number, then these boost packages come up. Right. But as far as out of the box, after you hit like level 2 or 3, once you get a certain number of Spartan points to buy stuff in your loadout, you can have the DMR and the battle rifle, which is really the only weapons you need.
Okay.
And they had to keep sprinting the game. So you have to keep sprinting the game because a lot of people were like, "Oh, I hate to sprint. I wish I could just go back to the old." But you can't really. There's times where you're like, "Man," because last week before the game came out, I went back and played Halo 3, and the entire time I'm thinking like, "Man, I wish I had sprint there." As I'm getting shot in the back.
Exactly.
Okay.
As far as the maps that are in the game, I know you said there's like 14. Are they do they vary in size? Are they all kind of large? Are they smaller? What's your opinion on this?
Yeah, there's a couple big ones and then some medium ones. I haven't really seen a super small one yet. I'm sure the MLG guys will go in a forge and make some smaller ones, and then 343 will probably take a look at it and test them out and see if they're worth putting in their playlist. Basically, anybody that's good at that likes making maps can do it, and then Bungie or 343 will take a look at it and they'll throw it in their playlist if it's good enough. That's what they did on the last couple of Halos. I mean, there's some people that can make some really sick maps and they play well. As long as they can play well and they test them out and they agree that they're worth putting on there, they will.
Hey, Bomber, since you've already played through the entire campaign, or Pete.
No, I'm almost done.
Either one of you guys want to help Swirly, Med, and I out after the podcast finishing up?
I would actually love to. I dibs it before Pete does.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah, if you guys got one spot, Bomber can take it. I'm on the second to last mission on solo.
Yeah, I would love to. I really enjoyed it. I would like to play it online and see how the co-op online is.
You can come fly high with us.
Sky. I'm real bad, too, as you would know from all the shooting games that I play. So Pete would just make it too easy for you. I don't want you to get through the game that quick.
I think Pete would just play the game for you. You stick around, and then you get warped to the next level.
It's very thoughtful of you, Bomber.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, so Bomber, Pete, you guys beat the game. What do you think of the story?
Man, a lot of it was real confusing to me. I don't know, Pete. I never really followed the whole Halo story. Like I said, I buy it for the multiplayer. So it got kind of confusing here and there. I'll tell you, the cutscenes on it, man, are gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So everything that I didn't understand in terms of the story, I just kind of looked at the screen like, wow, that looks really good.
Yeah, I've honestly skipped every cutscene just so I can get past this, and then I'm going to go back and play it a second time. It's slower, and easier. Right now, I'm just trying to get through this crap because it's terrible, some of these parts on Legendary.
It's hard playing co-op campaign and actually paying attention to the story when you have, like, Med going dad ass every time Cortana's on the screen.
Yeah.
Or, just like, basically, it actually is kind of funny. It's like an episode of Mystery Science Theater 3000. Like, everyone's just, ripping on all the characters, and every time they say something, like, usually Cortana say something like, I don't think it's going to fit, or something like that. And then, of course, everyone is with that's what she said jokes, and goes on from there, so.
Or when Jay Twig is trying to, like, hijack a vehicle, but he won't say hijack.
You just want to jack it.
Like,
I'm not close enough to jack it.
I just jacked that guy. Like,
that's where me and Med part ways with Twig, and we don't really talk to him anymore.
And
we're not the old Jack enemy.
Or no, then Med goes, "Hey, you finished jerking that guy?" I'm like, "That's not what I said."
Same result.
Hey, either way, you got a clean up on your hands there, Twig.
Yeah, exactly.
Personally, with the story, it definitely seems like they could have added a little more meat to it, because like everybody else, I'm not I'm not really sure what's going on, but I do enjoy that they're going with a little darker tone than the last trilogy. The aliens, I'm enjoying them. They're not kind of real cartoony and shit like the Covenant, and I don't know, I enjoy it.
I could not care less about the story. But on the plus side, I enjoy the Hyperion guns cameoing in the game. Oh. And I enjoy Cortana. She's very cute. Very cute. And that's about it. That's all I got.
I'm really glad that you enjoy the aesthetics of the game.
Cool.
All right. We have anything else to add about Halo?
Hello.
Med, how would you rate Swirly's driving abilities in the Warthog?
Are we going 1 to 10?
12.
Of course.
12.
Okay, I would, without a shadow of doubt, Swirly, who's an Apex League racer, silver medalist, is, without a doubt, like a -1.
Unbelievable.
You at least know how to reverse, right?
Unbelievable.
Oh my god.
You know what I hate is like the checkpoints. It's like you'll play a part and then you'll die, and then like you'll play it again and you'll move a foot to the left, and it's like checkpoint reached. You're like, are you serious?
That's another thing I forgot to mention. Some of the checkpoints in that game are just horrible. Like you said, sometimes they're just completely random, and then there's other times where you will go really long stretches of a game and there will be no checkpoint. That's where Med finally tapped out last night. I mean, I'm sure he was tired too, but the level we were on, it's super difficult. There are just a ton of enemies, and we did a lot. Like Med said, you're kidding me. We got to play through that 45 minutes again. I'm done. I'll see you guys tomorrow. So.
I mean, because there's this one objective where you got to hit something and it's going to open a door, and we got to it. We opened it. We're supposed to keep going forward, and then we get sneak attacked, and we all die instantly, and we have to start all the way from where we fucking get into the whole place.
Right.
And it was just, at that point, I gotta wake up in 4 hours. Fuck this. I'm done.
Alright. So, like last week, I gotta ask, do you guys recommend Halo 4 as a definite purchase for the Xbox 360?
I would.
If you own an Xbox, it's still I mean, based on, I haven't played it yet, but I'm sure the multiplayer is awesome. So that alone, I mean, it seems like it's a must buy for Xbox owners.
You know what? I'm gonna be real. I like being able to fly, and I already named all the good points about it. But if you could find it for $30, absolutely. Would I pay full price for it? No. But that's me. I'm not a big Halo guy. If you are, then by all means, it's great. It's a good game.
What about you, Bomber? You think it's a must-buy?
Man, I'm gonna have to wait until I play some multiplayer. For the campaign, it's absolutely not. For $60 for that campaign, no, it's not worth it. So the multiplayer ends up being like other Halos, which I loved. I loved Halo 2. I loved Halo 3 multiplayer. If it's anything like those, then yeah, absolutely, it's a must-buy because everyone will be on there playing. You'll always be able to find a game. Halo always seems to be pretty good in terms of making sure you can at least get a couple cheap kills, even if you suck at it. So if the multiplayer ends up being like the other Halos, yeah, it's absolutely a must-buy.
And do I even have to ask Pete?
No. No, I would buy the game if it was just multiplayer for $60.
Yeah, I agree, Pete.
I've always wanted that too. Like, stop farting around with the story. Just work on the multiplayer. Get as good as you can.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello.